the round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will. It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
All right, who's praying?
I think you are.
No, because Corey Griffin took my spot last month last week.
Yeah, that would be either Che or Amber.
Michael Che, do you want to pray for us?
How about we both pray, Che?
At the same time.
I'll be God and you be doing the prayer.
Oh, man. I can't pray. Okay, I'll pray. Dear Lord.
Yes?
Hey. Jesus, Lord. I didn't know that. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for my three consecutive Roundtable of the Year awards.
I don't believe in God.
I'm sweating just being around.
And I also want to say that please bless all of these Pabst Blue Ribbons, because there's a lot of people out there drinking Pabst Red Ribbons, and that ain't as good as first place. Amen?
Was there a red ribbon?
No. There's no red ribbon. No red ribbon.
Yeah,
no red ribbon. What happened to my brain? Welcome to the Roundtable of Gentlemen, everybody. Sitting in for Jackie Zebrowski, we've got the beautiful
Amber Nelson. I should have known there was no red ribbons. I got confused there.
Red ribbon's second place.
I was lying. Just wanted you guys to like me.
Everyone loves you. Michael Che is here as well.
Hi.
Round three-time Roundtable
yeah,
of the
could
Year.
you please say
It is
that?
just
Three-time round.
If you're going to introduce somebody, you introduce them correctly.
Ed, how would you introduce?
Shithead Michael Che is here.
How do you build up Michael Che? How do you?
I mean, how do you build up a skyscraper? It's already there.
Oh, man. That's pretty beautiful, man.
Oh, my goodness. Wait. All right. Michael
I'm Ed Larson.
Yeah.
Just a humble, tiny man. Fuck your hoe. I said it. Lexi's here. How you doing, Lexi? What do you think about the Holdenator's hoe thing?
I don't know. I try to ignore it mostly, but it's
Does he scream it in bed?
Sometimes. It's right before things are about to get.
Now, how nasty is it having sex with Holden?
All right, we'll get to that. Lexi, we'll get to that.
Papa Goodies might want to play some grabsies.
All right.
What do you prefer, Holdenator's hoe or Here Comes the Goo?
Ooh.
Let's let her think about it. Kevin, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right, then I'm here too. So, Lexi, what do you like better, Holdenator's hoe or Here Comes the Goo?
I like Holdenator's hoe. Because,
She calls my dick and balls Goofy Jones.
No, I don't.
What's it like? Yeah. What are they like there, Lexi? Lexi, you were a former lesbian. Holden is the first man you've ever been with. So how does it feel to be with a weaker species?
So many things wrong with that statement, Ben.
That I called him a man?
No, he's the first fella that I've dated in a very long time, that I've been in a relationship
Well, it
with.
must be nice to be in a relationship where the threat of physical abuse doesn't exist. He's weak.
That's true.
Maybe tonight I could get a looky-loo.
Lexi, never show him any of your things.
Don't worry.
Lexi, you're very attractive. I bet you were cleaning up with the lesbians.
Oh, thank you.
They are
Her
always
ex
getting
is
on
like
you.
smoking.
Really?
Which
Have
one?
you ever fantasized about that, Holden?
D.
Her name is D?
Danielle. She's pretty hot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Has
though.
Holden ever tried to get both of them in the bed?
No, he's and
Both her breasts? Absolutely.
Don't be gross. What's wrong with you? Your girlfriend's here. I thought you were going to try to be like...
He's on a mission to make me very unattracted to him, kind of a lot lately.
He's always sort of like an earthworm, but today he's become like a mucus.
After the show last night, now this thing that's happening, it's no.
Call the doctor.
Yeah, Murder Fist had their great sketch show at the Pit last night. What is that? This is the third Saturday of every month, right?
Second Saturday of every month.
Saturday at the Pit.
Sing the song from Talent Show.
My name's George, and I can do something you cannot do. Suck my own cock, suck my own dick, suck until the comment makes me sick.
That was from last night's show, in case you missed it.
Well, I'm sure Lexi's happy she doesn't have to do it for you.
That was me playing the role of Raunchy Nibbins.
It's always a different adjective.
New character I've come up with.
All right. Of course, Lexi is involved in Poopgate 2014, where, of course, she shat in our tub. But let's get to a news story first, Marcus.
A disabled veteran who uses a portable oxygen tank has admitted to putting sewing needles into packaged meat, and he's told the FBI he has no idea why. Avers said, according to an affidavit by FBI Special Agent Daniel Cook, every now and then I would stick one in a hamburger. mostly hamburger. A couple times I did it with a roast, maybe a pork chop every now and then. And he says that he didn't know what he was thinking at the time, and he had no reason for doing it. He said, just for the hell of it.
He's just a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you think is the most offensive food that he stuck these needles into?
I don't know. How did he stick it in the hamburger? Did he stick it like sideways into the...
He just took a sewing needle and just pushed it into the hamburger.
Put it in.
What a
Somebody
piece of
else's
shit,
hamburger?
man.
Yeah, he was at a supermarket and
I
he
feel
just
like-
pushed needles into the meat.
I think the hamburger is the most dangerous and most offensive because you bite right into it. A pork chop, you have a knife and a fork. You can kind of, you can hear the metal on metal activity happen.
Plus, you're so excited every time you're eating a hamburger.
Right.
You're grilling meats. You're grilling. It's a
What about a
celebration.
hot dog? That's got to be...
But he didn't
Oh,
put it in
yeah.
a hot dog.
Hot dog's a good one, though.
Did he
Because a
treat
hot dog, you take a big, like, sewing needle sized bite.
Right.
Get that
Dude, I wonder
needle in there.
if anyone got killed.
Well, officials identified 7 incidents and said that one buyer reported being stuck in the hand and one found a needle in her mouth, but that no serious injuries resulted.
I feel like you can just swallow that fucking thing.
Yeah, like a chicken
Damn.
bone.
Maybe it was that portable oxygen tank. There's no reason why they should have said that in the story. It's just,
They're just making fun of him.
yeah.
A security video led the man who led to Avers, who carried oxygen and used motorized carts when shopping at the store.
Did he work at the store, or was he just a dude just at the store just doing it?
Just a dude at the store. And he
I
had one
kinda
certain
love this
store
guy.
that he went
What
to.
do you mean
So he
you
was
love this guy?
He was in a wheelchair putting needles in all the meat. That's funny. If you just saw a random dude in a wheelchair scooting up to the meat section, just putting needles in it, I wouldn't rat him out.
You wouldn't rat him out?
I wouldn't buy the meat.
You're fucking.
But that's funny. It's his revenge.
It does sound like the type of thing high school Ben would have done.
It feels like
No, I
a
didn't do it.
fingernail's funny. A booger's funny.
Ew.
No, boogers are disgusting.
Yeah, listen.
Well, but like a needle, that's really hurts them.
Amber, needle, or booger? What would you rather have to have in your mouth? You can spit it out.
Needle.
That's what I'm saying.
Needle?
I would rather a needle than a booger.
Jay, what do you think? A booger is
I'm certain I've eaten boogers. I don't think...
somebody else's
I've had
boogers,
to.
not your boogers.
Of course I've had somebody's booger. I eat fucking everything.
I'm always eating my own boogers. I can't get enough of them.
Amber can't deal with it.
It's so gross, man.
I actually
You
don't.
gotta
but-
think of all the things that you've probably eaten in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've definitely eaten a booger before.
And rat
I'm not-
meat.
Yeah.
But a fucking needle? That's come on, man.
I was at a restaurant in this deep south with a family member of mine that's very racist, and I was a kid, like 8 years old, and he was shouting the N-word at the restaurant. And I was
What's the N word?
needle. So he was like shouting that,
That is
and
the
of course
worst
there's
one.
black people working there, and I was like, please stop doing that, Uncle Phil. Please stop. It's like really
His name was Uncle Phil.
Yeah, and so the waitress, who was a black woman, brought over the grits, and she handed it to him, and she's like, this is for you, sir. We made it special. And he was like, no, it's for Amber. She ordered it. And I was like, but okay. And the woman didn't want to hand me the grits. She was like, are you sure?
Oh, there's shit in the grits.
There's shit in the grits.
You got the help grits.
I got the help grits.
Oh, somebody dumped in the grits.
Yeah. She did not want to give me the grits.
Did you eat it?
I did.
Well, you got to.
Big ass
got it.
smile on her face.
She didn't want to hand it to
Shit,
me.
you didn't grin.
Oh my God. Well, you should.
Oh, you should
should've-
have never. Why would you do that?
She's 8. She don't
I
know.
was a kid.
Oh, you're 8.
Yeah, I was a little kid.
What do you think it was? Do you think it was poo poo or you think it was pee pee?
I think it was like spit.
Well, grits are
Or
white,
cummy
right?
cum?
It was white. Yeah.
Yeah, so it
definitely
has to be
grits are
like
white, so
spit
it
or
was
cum.
Come.
Cummy cum. It could have
cum.
been.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
She's
I
not
mean,
8 now. You don't have to call it cummy cum.
Were there lumps in the gummy cum?
How do you do it, Lexi?
She is my queen.
We don't.
Lock it up.
What do you think? How, emotionally and mentally? Just to deal with it. With the video games and then the lumpy neck.
But he's so sweet. He makes up for it.
And she loves a ride on the log flume.
And I would rather eat boogers and a fucking needle than hear or think about that again.
It would make me so happy if this podcast ended your relationship
today. Lexi, what can we do to get you out of this relationship today?
Lexi, we care about you. You can live a better life. You don't have to live like
You went from beautiful women that took showers and took care of themselves, beautiful vaginas.
On A&E now. Fucking intervention. You ever seen?
I miss your women.
What's that, Michael? What were you saying?
Nothing. Ed Larson was saving my life.
Good God. All right. So this fella put.
Did he get caught or did he confess?
He got caught.
Well, it's very easy.
Yeah,
to catch.
they got caught because someone had reported that they found a needle in in their hamburger, or pork chop, or whatnot. They checked the security cameras and they saw that there was an old 68-year-old Vietnam veteran sticking needles into the hamburger.
He served the country.
That's
was a
why
regular
we lost that
before.
fucking war, man. We had guys like him.
That's how we lost the war. That's how we would have won the fucking war. If they would have just let this guy in all the goddamn Vietnamese supermarkets. This guy's an American. He had a strategy, Vietnam. He had a strategy to put all the needles in all the meats in Vietnam, and they said he was crazy.
I feel like it's very Saw-like, you know?
Yeah.
Like to be doing that. I saw that needle pit scene recently. I've never actually seen a Saw movie.
The heroin scene. The heroin needles, the woman gets thrown down in there. She
big pit of needles.
Oh yeah, brutal stuff.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It was a great scene.
It's like Indiana Jones with the snakes.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
needles.
pretty much.
Oh, okay.
You know, my thing with the difference between eating the needle and eating a big fat bug is like, do you have to then get a tetanus shot after that if you eat the needle? Because if you eat the needle and you have to get a tetanus shot, we're talking about more than just eating a needle here. We're talking about shots. What isn't it like in your stomach or something?
I think it's rabies, but a tetanus shot is no picnic.
Okay.
I think it's in the thigh, but I think it's very fucking painful.
Yeah.
Lexi, you're scared of snakes, but you're dating a lizard.
I'm not really afraid of things with knees. Just worms and caterpillars, millipedes, snakes, things like that. Things that just kind of.
Quit
do it.
making
Can't
me
do it.
hungry.
Yeah.
Millipedes have knees, right? They got them little legs that come
They
out.
do, but anything that's like squirmy, although it's not really saying much.
Yeah.
Fucking puddle of a boyfriend.
Lexi, did you shit in the tub?
No, sir.
Should we get to that?
I have a theory.
Okay.
All right. So we,
A
of
new
course,
theory.
Poopgate's been going on. Che, have you been following this story at all?
I have just caught up on it, but my Netflix was out, so I haven't heard all of it.
It's all over the Molly Ringwald's going to play Lexi in the made-for-TV movie. It's going to be huge. So someone shat in our tub, and it's probably Lexi.
Lexi found the poo-poo.
Yeah.
She found it.
Shit in the tub.
Who smelt it, dealt it, who shat it, stepped in it. It's impossible.
All right, so tell us exactly what happened, Lexi.
Yeah.
Holden, don't give me that look.
She has a history of sleepwalking.
Oh. All right.
As a child. Okay, so this is what happened. Holden woke up kind of early that day. And he
Went on a run.
No, he didn't.
No, you did not. That's lie number one.
Went on a run. Went to go hang with my boys by the bars. You know those dudes who lift themselves up at the bars? I hang with them.
He doesn't lift himself up. He just hangs there.
He dangles.
So he left around, noon?
Yeah, something like
And
that. Big and strong.
I was up late, and so I was sleepy, and I kind of hung out in his room till around 4 o'clock.
She could not escape.
And that's when I finally figured out how to leave the room. I solved all the puzzles. Anyway, so I went and, I was going to take a shower, so I went into the bathroom, hung up the towel, turned on the water, peed. Into the toilet. And so at this point, I was like, God, it really stinks in here. But then I was like, it's this bathroom. Of course it does. And then I stepped into the shower and I was like, no, it's like really, it's terrible. It's getting worse. I look down and There is a small pile of.
How big is the pile?
Yeah,
What do you
how
say?
big is, this is the one of the
Let's see,
mysteries
like-
we don't know.
Give us do one of these.
Like this.
Kevin, how interested are you?
Wow, so that's a big, healthy pile.
The point,
Let's say cookie size.
I turned on the water, so the water was hitting it, and it was hitting it for the duration of me peeing.
How high up though? How high was the pile?
It wasn't. It was like a splatter. It was like a splatter.
And how long do you piss?
Let's see. I hadn't really been.
No, don't. You don't have to answer that. That's so rude. It depends on how many you lick.
Pertinent question.
How long?
Objection
We're
overruled,
talking
sir.
poop.
Objection overruled.
God, Che, you got a stink face on.
Oh boy.
Good God.
It was maybe about a minute.
Okay, so a nice
Average
lengthy
pee.
piss that a person would like to enjoy to watch.
Was there any
Worried.
food? Any food in the poo poo?
Yeah, corn, fingernails.
No.
And I found a shard. It was a healthy brown.
Okay, and it was
it's a healthy
towards
person.
it was towards the edge of the side. So I then of course did everything I could to get it down the drain, but
You didn't use your foot though, did you?
no
To push it down the drain?
No,
That's just for
I
me.
I used the shower head.
Okay.
And
Oh, and did any of it get on the curtain?
Yeah, it was definitely on the
That changes shit right
It was
there.
definitely on the curtain
So it was a
because
splatter.
there was like a little bit still on the side of the edge of the toilet.
That means it's possible that someone could have done it whilst in the shower.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like whilst taking a shower. Oh, fuck. Oh, a little
My
fart.
initial reaction was that somebody sharted, and it was Kissel. But then I learned that. I'm sorry.
Well, his
It's a
only
fine initial reaction. I don't blame you.
But then I learned he hadn't been there for a couple
Miss
days.
Micah,
But I don't know. I don't think if someone because if you shit in the shower.
I was working,
and
Michael.
Okay, go ahead.
I was working. I didn't shit in the shower.
He wasn't saying you specifically. It was a general you.
But I'm
you
just saying, if
hypothetical.
someone shat in the shower, you would clean it because you have the water running. You would definitely clean because you don't want anybody to find your shit.
Right.
You
Unless
get
you're
up.
too tall to see that far down.
That's true. That's a
I wear
good point.
contacts.
Yeah, I've never been 6'14" before. So.
Well, that's 7'2", so I haven't either. 6'14". Are you kidding me? Never forget. Good God, what's wrong with you? Do you guys do a lot of anal?
No.
No, never.
He never puts
Zero.
it in your old tush, though.
I don't. I'm scared of that part.
You on her?
Well, that's a good question. Do you strap it on and make him feel like a real guy?
Oh, I've tried. I really wanted to, but he wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
Is that true? You wanted to, though?
I wanted to.
And you wouldn't let him?
Why wanted her to strap it onto her breasts?
Maybe this was...
Christ, man.
You know. To me, that's.
Would you face her if she strapped it onto her breast?
If somebody
Look
says to me,
away.
"Hey, do you want to get titty fucked?" I expect a certain kind of titty fuck.
Like a dildo between, and then you sit.
I'd say one on each nipple sticking
Right.
out, you know, and then just pump. Like,
Different idea.
gives
of
her
what
a little
titty
workout.
fucking
If
is,
anybody
yeah.
wants to see, I'm just kind of going back and forth using both the dicks on the tits.
Right. I never thought about it like so
No
appropriately.
one has.
Yeah.
It's not even the slightest.
That is a true original thought.
I actually think if you talk about titty fucking, that should be what it is two dildos on the nipples of the woman that you're putting your butt
there
on.
are not many sentences that have never been uttered. That's definitely one that we can mark off the list.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
udders.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I think that it's very possible. Ben's only alibi is that he
I
was
was
watching
gone.
dogs. You were watching, but nobody saw you. Nobody
Your
knows.
alibis are dogs.
My alibi is a camera that saw me go take care of dogs. And I've
Well,
got
let's see the footage.
Let's bring in the footage.
I'll bring in the footage.
You have a camera of you taking care of dogs.
There's multiple cameras of me taking care of the dogs. Of course, I was taking care. I've never shat in the shower. I shit on the toilet seat. Everybody knows it. And yeah, no, I'm clean.
What
Now
if
you-
you?
okay, go
What
ahead.
if you
But
shat on the
Lexi-
toilet seat and then you were like, "All right,
No,
I'm
Holden-
done."
yes.
And then you went and showered.
I
and-
wasn't there, so it doesn't matter because I wasn't there.
Well,
Holden
now
stands up.
it could be a different time. It could have happened before Holden
No,
was in the
because
shower.
Mike, who we had on
Mike
last
took a
week, took
shower.
a shower after Holden took a dump where he stood
But
up.
now it was on the inside of the tub where the curtain was. So it could have been there for all three showers, and it was done the night before. Now
Did the shit have some kind of crustation?
A little bit on the side, yeah.
And yes, the one that I found.
So it looked old.
Was it old poop?
The water was hitting it for a while, so I couldn't tell if it was old. But Mike had taken a shower that day.
And he didn't see it.
How would you not?
How would you miss it?
Marcus,
It's
you're
really
not
that.
playing the
It was
Matlock
that
theme over this
It was-
part of the
yeah,
show. You're
stepping right
fucking
in.
not doing your job.
And poop foot.
All right.
You walk in, you shut the curtain behind you. Then the poop's covered by the curtain. You shower, you get out, the poop's still there. You don't even know it was there. All three of you showered with it. It happened the night before, possibly.
But she said she smelled it, which means that it was
It was
probably
fresh.
pretty fresh.
Yes,
Because
and I
old
had-
shit dies. The smell
I
of
mean,
it
I
dies.
have one thing though. I took a big stinky dump
Yeah.
for like at
3
noon.
hours before.
But before Mike went in there, so it was already stinking and smelling and bad.
But she
No,
said it got
but it was
worse as she
different. It was
got.
different.
It's
it
very
got
different.
worse.
Mike definitely went in after you.
Definitely, and took a full shower.
Now, how far back was the doo-doo? Like, was it at the tip of the tub?
No. The initial splattering pile
Back and to the
was
left. Back.
towards the center of which doesn't. It wasn't all up in the curtain. There was some up in the curtain, but the biggest part was in the center of the tub-ish, towards the side and towards the drain.
So
So
there's
it
no
wasn't
way,
all the way back.
Yeah, no way no other person could take a shower and it wouldn't splatter on that shower. The water. The
Right.
water wouldn't splatter on the poop.
And in Jackie's absence, just to clear the airwaves, because she brought it up before, she wanted to ask if you shaved your legs on the side of the tub and if you did it naked and could have possibly sat down on the side and then poopied.
No, I avoid being naked in your shower, even when I am showering.
It's true.
So,
Yeah, that's a very good practice.
How do you avoid being naked?
well, no,
She puts clothes on.
I put clothes on.
Well, she's in the shower.
Yeah. I stepped in the
hot
shower
stuff.
with my bra and panties on accidentally before.
You
I was
did?
like, what? What am I doing?
Hot stuff.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't think
gets
it is.
all
I think
wet.
it's hotter naked.
No, it's fun because then you get to rip something off of a person. That's good.
Well, the racist has spoken.
Michael, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, well,
That's insane. I blame you for this whole goddamn thing.
I feel like you.
How's your life going, Mike?
Not bad, man. Nobody's shit in my shower.
No one's shat in ours either, except for Lexi, Holden's girlment.
I'll be honest with you. I kind of think you did it, Lexi.
Oh, and he's on television.
And I'm crazy. No one watches my show. But no, I kind of, you know what? If I had to point the blame, I would say Lexi.
Yeah, if you think
You
about
know,
it, it's like,
for one reason, because I feel like
I wasn't there.
I don't think you would have did it. Because I feel like if you would have did it, you would have probably confessed to it, and it would have been a bit of funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like Holden would have thought the same.
But why would
you're-
she tell me?
Huh?
Why did she tell me?
I think she just didn't want to clean it up.
Marcus has an idea.
I have a theory. This is not my own personal theory. One of the listeners, this guy Mike Gill, that hangs out here at the Creek a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, Mike.
Big fan of all of our shows, put forth a theory. Lexi is cheating on Holden.
Whoa!
Lexi is cheating on Holden and has been for a while. And so after the apartment was empty,
Wow.
Lexi gets a little bit sloppy. She's getting a little bit adventurous here. So she thinks that what she can do is she can have sex with her male or female partner. 'Cause we
Double
know-
partner possibilities.
Two
people? Or all 6 billion and some.
And so the sex happens, everything's done. The guy or girl's on their way out, and they think that this is the perfect time to establish dominance over Holden, the man who is holding back your love.
Marking your territory.
Marking your territory.
That's right.
So they go into the bathroom, they take a shit without you knowing. And so you don't know who shat in the tub. So that is why you tell Holden about the shit in the tub, because you don't know that it was your lover.
Oh,
that's a
wow.
goddamn ingenious plan.
That is
I'm sold.
Brilliant.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
Brilliant.
Lexi, have you made the right decision to cheat on Holden?
No, I've never.
I think the only way we can clear the air is if she lets us all look at her vagina right now.
No.
Okay. I might now consider cheating on you, but
Please. You know, Kevin's very attractive. Oh my
They
goodness.
hate
All right, let's get to another story. We'll come back to Poopgate. I think Michael Che is onto something, though. It's very possible that it's Lexi. And
Still think it's a stranger.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I mean, the stranger is the most plausible. story.
Either way,
starting
we
to
will
believe
sell.
that-
Once again, August 31st, right here at the Cricket in the Cave, we will be doing the trial of the mystery pooper, and we will guarantee we will have a definitive answer
I
on
think
who
someone
was the
walked in
pooper.
there and shit in their tub.
I'm starting to believe the animal theory. It wasn't a lot of shit.
Was a bear?
No, like a small critter, like a raccoon or like
It was a pile. It's a cookie-sized pile.
Black and white cookie.
No, but yeah, like a raccoon size. That's a raccoon size
A
poop or a big
raccoon
squirrel.
could shit out a pile of, definitely a
squirrel.
squirrel pile, yeah. I don't know about a
the
squirrel,
raccoons,
because
they
squirrels
shit
are
like
pellet-based
pebbles and shit, right?
animals.
Don't
Do raccoons do the?
They shit like
Just like a
pebbles.
pit pigeon.
Yeah, I got you. Raccoon feces, I'm on it.
Yeah, raccoon feces, rat feces.
And then how's the
squirrel.
raccoon gonna get it all on the curtain too? They're not just climbing up on the curtain and shit. And they gotta.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
curtain be ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
It wasn't a raccoon. I've never seen a raccoon in Brooklyn.
Well, if it's like a 6'8" raccoon from Wisconsin or something, that's fucking
That's our present in Brooklyn. The
like
bass
that.
player in our band, he lives out in Carroll Gardens, and apparently they're having a pretty bad raccoon problem over there right now.
in Carroll Gardens.
Yeah,
Nothing
so
a
right-
baseball bat can't fix.
So
Fucking
yes.
filthy animals.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow,
raccoons. I
yeah, you know
actually like
what?
raccoons.
The raccoon theory, there is a picture right there of a cookie-sized
That's
pile of shit
perfect.
from a raccoon.
Lexi, did it look like that?
Let me see it again.
Marcus, show Lexi.
Oh, that's pretty good because, like I said, the water had, been hitting.
It's not a raccoon.
It could. I don't know.
The only way it's a raccoon is if it was a dude in a raccoon suit.
Well, you never know what people are dressing like in Williamsburg. All right, Marcus. Let's do another news story. Yeah.
All right, 2 men are facing attempted murder charges in Maryland after allegedly trying to forcibly remove an insane clown posse tattoo off their roommate's arm because they felt he hadn't, quote, earned the right to wear it. Authorities say the victim, 31-year-old Zachary Swanson, was so badly injured that doctors were forced to amputate his right arm below the elbow.
Whoa! So they tried to rip off his skin and then they had to amputate?
According to police, 33-year-old Paul Martin Hurst and 35-year-old Carrie Lee Edwards. Yes, all of these guys are in
Let's
their
hold
30s.
on for a second.
All of these guys are in their 30s.
You bring up a good 33.
Come on.
The oldest is 35.
What do you think about that? So he just got the tattoo at 33.
No, the guy that had the tattoo, he was 31. The 2 guys that felt that he didn't deserve the tattoo, they were 33 and 35.
I mean, but they're kind of right. I mean, were they ICP fans?
They must
they
have
were
been.
they were huge juggalos.
Oh, they're juggalos.
They're all of these guys are juggalos.
And that's why they live together? There's like a fucking...
That's why they were hanging out
message?
together at the very least.
How do you earn a juggalo tattoo?
About being like a fucking juggling juggalo, you know.
You
Yeah.
fucking,
Juggling juggalo.
You gotta spray Fago on an old woman or something.
yeah,
That's
bang
fucking
their dicks.
girls.
Fago,
Yeah.
they're soda, yeah. They're a weird bunch.
I would say if you wanted to know how to become a juggalo, listen to the song "What Is a Juggalo" from the album Great Malenko.
Yeah, which me and Holden were both very much into in high school.
I liked
Yeah,
it
they're
too.
good.
And I feel like a fucking idiot.
What is a juggalo? I don't know.
So it's not very definitive.
I just think it's great.
Really good.
I'm real happy for them that they got a sketch show. That's real nice.
Jay, what do you think? Is ICP bad or are their fans just so bad? They're a victim of their own fans, don't you think?
No, they're not. They have the fans that they deserve. Those fans, they've
Yeah.
earned it. But I want to know what the fuck did they cut that tattoo off that made them have to amputate their arm?
I'll tell you. According to police, 33-year-old Paul Martin Hurst and 35-year-old Carrie Lee Edwards savagely beat Swanson, then tried to unsuccessfully...
Oh, that's not how you get it off.
Yeah. Well, first they beat him up because he didn't deserve it, and then they tried to unsuccessfully carve the tattoo from his arm, and when that didn't work, the duo allegedly doused Swanson's arm with flammable liquid and set him on fire.
Good Christ!
I feel like that's doing all the heavy lifting there.
Yeah, you
The setting on fire.
You just start with setting him on fire. That's guaranteed right there.
You're trying to take my tattoo off. How? By setting me on fire? I think that's the bigger crime. Let's focus on that one.
Swanson was left on the floor for several hours before he was finally discovered and rushed to a hospital. He was then flown to a burn unit in Baltimore.
What's too old for a tattoo?
To get a tattoo?
Yeah.
Like your first tattoo
When your
or
skin
first
starts
tattoo?
sagging. When your skin starts sagging.
Yeah.
So,
So
50,
for me-
60 something, I'd say.
Well,
year
year
two?
14 for me.
I say 60's okay. First
I say
tattoo.
25.
25?
25?
I'm sort of with you. I feel like 18 to 21.
See,
If you don't have them by then, you shouldn't get them at all.
Jackie's mom got a tattoo with Jackie, her first tattoo, and it was like a mother-daughter thing, which I think is kind of sweet.
It is different reasons to get tattoos.
And I would argue that it's better to get a tattoo later on in life because you have a better idea of what you want. I got three tattoos between 18 and 21.
They're fucking stupid.
I don't want them.
Damn.
Well, I got some lighter fluid I could douse on you. We can try to burn them off you.
I fucking wish to God that the tattoo age was raised to 21.
I agree. That's true too.
Different life.
feel like
Everything should be 21. Sorry, Richard.
no, yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Driving?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck those little idiots.
I would have a sweet Limp Bizkit tattoo if I was allowed to get one at 16, 17.
I'd have Professor Frank holding a couple beakers. Professor Frank from The Simpsons saying McGuigan, which is fucking.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Sounds racist. I wanted to get beer lover tattooed on my ass cheeks.
That's fun, though.
I always thought you should get beer lover tattooed to your ass cheeks.
That's kind of evergreen, though, Ben.
Well, you never know. I might start drinking whiskey at some point. What do you think, Jay? Yeah, what do you think?
I think I would have probably had like Thug Life or something on my stomach.
Really?
Because Tupac had it and I was 12.
Yeah.
It's like a thing you do. You think that's what you're supposed to do? I still might get it. Who knows? I don't have abs, so it would.
You have abs?
No, I don't.
Yeah, they're just covered by a bunch of lard.
Oh, then you should write
same here.
Snug Life.
Well, same here.
That doesn't seem nice at all.
Michael, give me some money.
Kissel, is this how you treat 3-time Roundtable of the Year, Michael Che?
Leave it alone.
I really feel underappreciated.
I'm sorry, Michael.
Yeah.
Good God.
The man came here in horse and carriage.
I mean, what do you want me to do, man?
Nothing.
I was promised white gloves. No one's wearing white gloves.
Are you kidding me? It's permanent on my skin. God made me with white gloves. White socks too, except for my right leg, which is all blood clots.
Does everybody have a tattoo here? I don't
No,
know.
no tattoos.
No one has a tattoo.
Lexi, you got a tattoo?
No, I'm the only one.
4.
You have 4 tattoos.
She's got a tramp stamp.
Hell yeah.
What's the
What?
tramp stamp of?
It's stupid. It was a home tattoo. It's hearts.
Oh, that's
Like-
kind of fun.
That's nice, though.
That's nice.
What's your favorite tattoo that you got?
The one on my belly.
Which
I have
one
one
is
on my
that?
lower stomach. I have Celtic knotwork on my belly with the female symbol. I got that, of course, when I was 18 years old.
That's great. When was your first hot lesbian experience?
But you know what? It took us 32 minutes and 15 seconds to get to that. I'm proud of you, Ben.
Thank you.
Like, you really. I mean,
It doesn't
you
even have to
had.
be like a hot lesbian experience. It could just be any lesbian experience.
Was it a teacher, an older woman?
No, never really. Never really. Everybody's being quiet. Do you really want me to?
Yeah.
No, 16.
16.
And she was 16 as well. Big breasts, small ones.
Did you meet at Home Depot?
Hot stuff.
No.
Yeah.
High school. High school. Went
You ever
to a
look at
very
butthole?
artistic high
I'll
school.
tell you, a lot of people look at buttholes.
Who's
You-
looking at buttholes?
You like buttholes? That's so gross. You're
I
talking
can't
about
get enough
eating
of it.
ass. That's just. I have hemorrhoids and like a little balloon.
Well, I can get enough of yours. What's wrong with you?
What?
Women need to not do that.
What? Have hemorrhoids?
Lots of women have hemorrhoids.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
Especially women who've had children. You ever had a child? Amber?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
There's a 3-year
Shay, what do you
period.
think? What's your thoughts on the butthole?
What's my thoughts on a butthole?
Yeah.
I don't mind a little winky poo or whatever.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's the pinkest part of the human body.
Well,
I don't
sometimes.
know. That's hard.
No, I've seen. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of brown buttholes.
Oh man.
I guess it depends what time you look at them. That's wild. But it was a hot lesbian experience, though, and you enjoyed her
Yeah, you
presence.
just ruined the hot lesbian story.
Yeah, talking about buttholes. We were getting in there good. I was learning about my own girlfriend.
No.
There's 2 vaginas, and you said, "How about that butthole?"
Let's get on to the butthole here, people.
You're right. I did.
They're
ruin
sitting
that.
around, they're drinking some wine.
All right,
But
you-
like they're not dogs. They're not just going straight for their butthole.
Oh, right.
That's what lesbians do. They're just like, hey, you know what? Now that we've moved in together, which happened, a day into seeing each other, let's look at those buttholes. Let's get in there.
So you didn't see her butthole, huh? But you had a fun time with her.
Sure.
Nice.
And you
I
were
want to know, what's girl on girl game? Like, what does a girl say to a girl that makes them? Because you don't know who is straight and who's wants to experiment. So, what do you say to a girl that gets her to hook up with you?
Well, I think in my situation, I went to like an art school, so it was very acceptable, and like pretty much all the girls were like, I'm bisexual, you know. So it was just, and I was kind of the experiment for a lot of straight girls too. So
that's fun.
How'd that make you feel?
It was fun.
I was like the gatekeeper kind of thing.
Did you like that?
Powerful.
They're like, listen, honey, this ain't for you. Go back to dick.
Seriously, a couple of them would be like, no, honey, you are straight, but you know, if you want to,
Whenever you like turned a straight girl, did you spend a lot of time like laughing by yourself in the dark?
I'll let you think that I do.
Thumbing a coin through your finger. Yes, another one.
Is that harder for you? Like if you have sex with a straight girl as opposed to a gay girl? Where you're like,
no,
oh,
a gay girl's hotter because she enjoys it.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, all right.
That's why she's good.
Just ruined everything.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you think you'll go back? I mean, you can't be with him forever. He's gonna die in like 3 months.
What, and never again get to experience my fucking Snoopy loads?
I just thought of something, man. Maybe whoever shat in this tub is one of your ex-girlfriends trying to get you to come back.
Nice.
She's got a
You
couple
go, you live with a bunch of
exes.
dudes, you get shit all over the tub. You're like, I'm out.
You see any of them recently?
No, they don't live in New York. They'll mostly live in Florida or Connecticut.
Even more
Connecticut's not far.
Connecticut's not far. Yeah.
But Florida seems very ambitious.
And that's where the crazy ones are.
You know, you're in town for a weekend.
Yeah.
You know.
So you were just driven to eat the pussy, huh? Because everyone loves it.
I mean, it's wild.
Driven.
She was like some
Biologically
psychomaniac.
driven to eat the Holden.
Just 30 for 30.
The Bo Jackson story.
Bo Jackson was a lesbian.
Yeah. He was
Two sports.
Yeah, he broke his tongue eating pussy because he never practiced.
They wouldn't let him eat it in the 10th grade, but in 11th grade,
Oh
boys.
my god! Don't tell me no.
He sprouted 2 inches and then he was just eating pussy all the
Then he
time.
dislocated his jaw because he eating it too fast. It was his own strength that got him in the end.
But you enjoyed it, huh, Lexi? You enjoyed it.
Of course. I love it.
You do love it.
Yeah.
And do you still crave it sometimes?
You know, it's funny. And maybe this is a little too personal.
You can literally say anything and Holden can never tell you that you were wrong because he is the grossest person ever. So,
You know, I honestly think it's hormonal. I think that I haven't been on birth control, unfortunately, for I'd say maybe about 9 months, and I have felt myself being more attracted to women not on birth control. And when I started taking it a couple years ago for endometriosis, when I started taking it a couple of years ago, that's when I was like, you know what? I do want to have a relationship with a guy.
Yeah.
And I started looking at men
are you
differently.
the
I
reason
really
that
think it's
Holden has
hormonal.
grown tits?
Probably.
How can you tell when a woman's not on birth control?
How can you tell?
You can tell. Can you tell if I'm on birth control or not?
No.
You can't? Oh, I thought you could tell. I
No,
thought
you
said
know,
that.
and I'm just saying, like with me, I've found myself like going back to being more attracted to women, like I was for so
And
many
if she goes
years.
all the way back to the other side, I will cut my cock off.
It's like Desperate Living, that John Waters movie.
Commitment I'm willing to make to stay with
Wow.
this one.
I had a guy
Face
say
it, it's
that to
already
me before.
expired. It's going to fall off in a couple months.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it keeps making these noises at night. It's like snores at night.
Is that what that
I
is?
do see Holden's dick with a toe tag that they put on corpses, but he just has it on his fucking dong. Soon to be fucking underground and gone. Chase, how's the Daily Show going, Che? Michael Che's on the Daily Show. He's the new correspondent.
It's not going anymore, man. Let's say hear this fucking depraved bullshit.
Gonna hear this?
No one's listening. So, we never recorded an episode. Did you know that?
Oh man.
That's fantastic. Great.
Next news story. An Oklahoma teacher was arrested for allegedly showing up drunk, pantsless, and shoeless to school on her first day of the job.
What, shoeless?
Lori Ann Hill, 49, was arrested on Monday after she showed up for her first day of work at Wagoner High School, intoxicated, pantsless, and shoeless.
I will be a teacher tomorrow. Who wants shots? Last night in Freedom.
Bob Haley, police chief at the Wagoner Police Department, told ABC News she was found in an empty classroom by an assistant principal. He found her with no pants on. He has never seen her before.
Man, that's great. Dude, I saw, this is sort of related, just people getting too hammered before or something that I would never get too hammered for. This guy, he was one of the werewolves in one of the Twilight movies, and there's a video of him in the middle of an airport just hammered, and he just pulls his cock out in the middle of the terminal and just pisses all over the floor that a cop tackles him to the ground. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It's pretty amazing, man. But I can't believe you would just get that hammered and then go to an airport.
But he's like 21. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I guess so.
21 is like old enough to do a lot of things. Like you can pick the president by then, man.
You think so?
I think
He's a werewolf in Twilight. He's marking his territory.
He just yanks it out.
Yeah,
man.
here it is. There's the footage.
Oh, wow, yeah. Look at that right there. Right in the middle of the terminal. Wearing a hoodie.
The cop's going to come in and tackle him.
Who's holding him up?
The
security guy.
Well, he is making quite the puddle on the floor.
Oh, it's a lot of piss.
Oh, and he's even doing the circular motion, trying to get as much.
Oh no, he's being a fucking prick about it.
There are so many bathrooms in an airport.
I mean, they're every 10 feet.
Just punch him. This is when they should have choked him.
Just beat the fucking life out of this guy.
But what's great is if you look, he doesn't finish pissing, so he's just getting pissed all
that's
up
what I'm
on
saying.
it.
They should have waited like 10 more seconds. You get piss all over yourself.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Let this guy piss all over himself and sit in it all day.
Yeah.
Why could he not have a record of selling Lucy's?
Yeah. Race report. What do you think? Did we just witness white privilege? Did we get an extra 30 seconds of peeing in public?
You just saw a white dude in a cowboy hat peeing in an airport. You know how illegal it is to do anything in a fucking airport?
Yeah.
I can't pee in a bathroom in a fucking airport. They probably got off too. He probably got another movie off that shit.
Yeah, some shit, man. He was definitely fine.
People watching that like it's a Broadway show. Feel like a clapping.
You see how
what would you do if you saw somebody just randomly whip it out and pee? It happens on the subway all the time. I guess you just
videotape it.
I feel like I'd be much more angry at an airport.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's like $400 just to get in the building.
You know, to me, it's funnier at an airport. I mean, that is really some shit right there to be pissing in the middle of. Like, you got to be so like that's the one place where everybody needs to keep their shit together. You know, because like
I feel like on the airplane they do, but I would be in the airport. I mean, it's just a big bar that happens to have things that fly up in the air.
It's a bar first, plane second.
Yeah, but on the plane that would be upsetting.
That's how Ben looks at everything.
Oh yeah,
that's why he's always
hammered on a plane. That is true. Like, pilots fucking hammered.
Oh
Sometimes.
yeah. I mean, it's all autopilot now anyway. Yeah, they're all trash.
I didn't start drinking on planes till very recently. It's
so
way
great.
better.
Yeah.
It's just better.
You can bring the little bottles on with you.
You get drunker on the fucking.
Yeah, because the altitude.
you get like
Smith.
Huh?
It's been busted.
No.
You don't get drunker.
You get drunker and movies are funnier.
Yeah.
It's because you're it's because you're constantly like, this is possibly the last drink I'll ever have, and possibly the last movie I'll ever watch, because the inevitability of death is so much higher.
Who told you that?
I just made it up.
You just busted a myth by yourself?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Oh, you'd be amazed what I can do.
You need like science and studies.
Oh yeah,
and
Asians
shit.
have the biggest penises.
Yeah, you should do your own version of Mythbusters, man. Like, no, it's not real.
Polish women don't have vaginas. Yeah, didn't you know it?
Barbie doll down there.
Yeah. Now
That's why I was cut out of my mother.
There you go.
Oh, here it is.
There we go.
And by the way, this guy that peed in the airport, the only thing he got charged with in that was public intoxication. He didn't get charged with public urination. He didn't get charged with indecent
There
exposure.
were probably minors around. He would be on a fucking sexual offender list.
If he wasn't a werewolf in Twilight.
Very well.
Oh my God! I want to blow up everything.
See?
Shay, we're going to talk about that on Top Hat. We're going to talk about that Eric Garner thing. So don't worry about Eric Garner. All right, that's enough of that. You'll be on next Thursday.
What now?
So the guy peed in public there.
When did this happen?
This
A year
happened
and a half ago?
2 years ago. Yeah, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
What a fucking ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a
are
real
you
piece
just
of
saying that
shit.
because you can't do it?
I can do
Women
it.
can't pee in public
I
like
can
that.
pee anywhere I goddamn want.
I know, but you can't aim it so well.
Yeah, I can aim. I can aim pretty
How
well.
do you aim it?
My clit is the size of a fucking dragon claw.
There's a quarter across the room. She'll hit it without looking.
That is great news.
It's a parlor trick?
That means your clit's huge and dragons exist. And I'm like, I couldn't be happier.
In the Old West, she would have been very expensive.
Very.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer peeing outdoors. I like peeing outdoors more than peeing indoors.
Who does
Do you
it?
agree?
Yeah,
People
of
agree?
course.
Yeah.
I peed outdoors yesterday. It was great.
Yeah.
You did? You have
Yeah.
range to, you could travel. Like, you could spell your name. You could do all types of weird things.
When'd you pee outside?
Rehearsal, I pissed in Kellen's backyard.
Interesting.
was
So
great.
you don't necessarily use the bathroom when you have to do number 1 or maybe number 2.
If there's an option to go outside, sometimes I choose outside.
Do you do
yes.
number 2 outside?
I've done it, not in years.
I've never taken a shit outside.
It's
How about the
weird.
bathtub?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Just in your back.
I almost got me on that one, Jay. Now, maybe when I was a little baby, I think I remember making a mess in the bathtub when I was littling.
I never
Right?
shot outside.
Yeah, you never
shot
shot
outside?
outside?
Nah,
It's a lot of
With the
fun.
leaves, have you used the leaves and stuff?
I never did.
Jay, what's the worst poop story you have?
The worst
Or
shit.
pee. My story is when I was in 7th grade baseball, we went to an away trip and I peed in the coach's van and then I never saw him again because I was so sad.
He went to prison.
No, he didn't make me do it on him and he didn't encourage the urination. I was too scared to ask him to pull over.
You were too scared to ask him to pull over?
I was a shy kid.
And so you pissed yourself? You were so shy?
On the buses on the way
shy
to and from
kid.
school, I used to play a game
more than shy.
I used to
retarded.
play a game called How Little Words Can I Say, and I would never say a word. I mean, I would average about 5 or 6, but I would never talk to anybody. I was terrified of them.
What happened in those days?
I don't know. I talk all the time. Jay, what do you think?
Well, I didn't know that was a serious. I thought that was just a gateway for you to tell your story about how you peed in front of a man. Yeah. I didn't know you really wanted me to have a pee story.
Bad poop story?
Have a fucking bad poop.
Bad poop story?
I can't think of one. I honestly can't
Man,
think
I
of
had a bad poop
public-
story
What's
this
yours?
fucking morning, man.
What happened?
Lord, just took a lot of dumpers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
Chipotle.
I used to be a nurse and would show up drunk all the time because I was like 19.
Just like this
Because you
teacher.
were underage.
And I showed up and they were like, oh, by the way, you got to clean up this woman's diarrhea. And I was like, what? They slammed the door and then she shits herself immediately. And I got to clean it up and I got it in this bucket and it's all like I have to write down what's in her shit. Oh. And I have to
was
sort
in
through
it?
it. It was like, I remember there was corn and tomatoes because they wanted to see how her new medicine worked. And then I just sloshed in the bathtub and quit.
Corn and tomatoes?
Yeah.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard to be found in a stool.
You got to make that money, you know what I mean?
That's They should have given her that nickname though afterwards.
Corn
and
They
tomatoes.
would have started calling her corn and tomatoes.
Hey, Succotash.
Oh, this is great. We don't got it. We can fire the chef. This chick's shitting soup. Every day,
gazpacho, won't you
corn
get
and
over
tomato
here?
soup. Yeah. Yeah, put in the fridge for a little while. No one will notice. It's human, Dookie. How about you, Kevin? You have any poop stories?
I don't think. Nah, nothing crazy.
You shit outdoors ever on a rooftop, in the woods by
I think I
Lion
shot
Country
in the woods
Safari?
before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, shit in the woods.
I never
Leaves
shot in
and
woods. I
whatnot.
mean,
Shat your pants?
I'm from Manhattan. Like, we don't have woods.
That's true. Yeah.
Everyone has shat their pants at one point in their life.
When I was like 6.
Yeah, I did it in college.
Oh,
I ate a bad meal at Cash Hall in that awful cafeteria. I lived in a bad dorm. And I was walking home, like feeling pretty good from the cafeteria, walking back to my place. And then I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to shit, right? So I started walking a little bit faster, right? And then I was like, all right, I'll just let a tiny fart out. And it just fucking bashed. Yeah, it was. And then I sprinted home, just jumped right into the shower. Yeah,
I shot myself in college one time when I was working at a daycare. Man, you could lose the respect of every 6-year-old on the playground.
Oh my god!
Because it was like, I mean, it was obviously just shit. Because I had some bad beanie weenies earlier that day.
I hate beanie weenies.
I love them.
There's good beanie weenies.
What's a beanie weenie?
It's just like little
Beans
hot
and
dogs.
cut up hot dogs. I hate them.
Canned weenies.
Oh,
Man.
I love it.
I've told my beanie weenie story here.
No.
Absolutely, I have.
What happened?
When I was a little kid, I always hated beanie weenies. My brother loved them. And my dad was like, oh, you're not getting no ice cream till you eat this whole thing of beanie weenies.
The anger.
So I sat there for like an hour eating, slaving over these beanie weenies, hating every second of it. Hating it. And I finished the whole thing, and I'm walking with my plate to the sink, and I just puked all over the kitchen floor. You know what happened? They sent me to my room because I was quote-unquote sick, and I didn't get any fucking ice cream.
I think that's the same story about why Lexi became a lesbian. All those beanie weenies. Hot stuff.
Oh, I hate them.
Good Lord, that's a horrible story.
It's an awful story about injustice. It was like it taught me that life is not fucking fair.
I'm sure you got ice cream the next day.
No, it
you
doesn't
had your
matter.
Own bedroom. And
It's not a true story. That is
It's
not
completely a true story.
They forced you to eat parents
No,
usually
they didn't force me. They said you're not going to get any ice cream unless you eat all those beanie weenies. Because I was probably complaining and screaming and being like, I love it Tuesday. I'm going to scream about Tuesday. You just got off of work at your law firm and it's Tuesday. You know, it's like doing shit like that.
Yeah, as kids do.
Yeah, as kids fucking do. You know, throwing plastic plates at their heads like, I don't want beanie weenies. I want fucking ice cream. And they made me eat all the fucking beanie weenies. And I threw it up. Oh, I've never seen so. I don't think I've ever thrown up so much.
You were the worst child anyone's ever had.
So wait a minute, you puked and then you just wanted to eat more?
All over the kitchen. Yeah, because I wasn't sick. I just ate too many fucking beanie weenies.
Oh my god!
So I wasn't even sick.
Is this before or after you put on the Batman cape and ran at cars?
Yeah,
you used to put on a Batman cape.
I dressed up like a
Dracula
vampire.
cape.
Yeah, I put fangs and then hide in the bushes for cars to pass my house. And I run out and try to scare them. They always laughed. I was like, no, you need to be scared of this. You know?
How long did it take? How long did it take before you just gave up on the dream?
My dad one time sat me down and had to like teach me what weird was. Like he was literally like, all right, I saw you in the front yard chasing after cars and that's weird. And I'm like, what is that? What do you mean? I'm doing what I do.
Everything you do.
What do you mean it's weird?
It is the definition of all of your actions.
Like I never knew the word weird before.
At the same time, this same man was force feeding you beanie weenies, and he should at least feel partially responsible.
Oh, they're evil. They should be arrested, my fucking parents. Should be jailed for that.
That's hilarious, man. How do you force your kid to eat the most unhealthy fucking
Oh my god.
Broccoli is usually the force feed. Yeah.
Eat hot dogs and syrupy beans.
Broccoli. Usually the kids plow through the beanie weenies.
Big
and you gotta
John's
fucking-
beans, man. I remember them.
Oh my goodness.
That big Native American on the front, just his big ass beans.
I feel
Hated
bad.
that shit.
Yeah, I feel bad too. Man.
Teaching you what weird is.
Well, if
That's
you've
so
got
funny.
kids out there and you're a listener, do the opposite of everything that Holden's parents did. Otherwise, you're going to make a Holden.
Yeah.
And no one wants that.
And speaking of which, it's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
Oh no! Where did the time go? Time for a segment. That's what I know.
My face hurts.
God.
My face literally hurts.
I know
I'm
it's
laughing at home.
it's like you laugh, but you're just so sad to be
And
alive.
my lady who loves me is here on the show today. Let's kiss for him.
We need to talk after this.
We'll
Lexi,
like it
you're-
if we kiss each other.
You're too pretty for Holden.
You're such a good person.
Yeah.
You are.
Solid.
No.
She's my
Super
beloved.
solid,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yummy yum. The thing today is Roundtable needs to get a pet. And we don't know what kind of animal it'll be. Hell, it could maybe be a person. I don't care. But we need a pet. It needs a name. Maybe it does tricks. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just shits. So what's your pet? Mine's a fucking parrot. And I'm going to teach it how to say, fuckers! Over and over again.
That's going to be great for the recording studio.
Yeah, his name, exactly. Well, he come in, but he can be in the Chuckle Hut, you know? It'd be kind of fun. So I'm going with the parrot. I know Bird Luger. No, I'm doing a bird, but I am. And let's call him Rumby.
Rumby.
Is it a boy parrot or a girl parrot?
Boy, but we cut his penis off.
Okay.
All right, so Rumby
eunuch.
Yeah.
Rumby the fucker parrot. Kevin, what
Gonna
do you
make
got?
him scream louder.
Well, I guess this would be like the kindest thing I could say. I say that, we should get a slug so that Holden has someone he can relate to.
Oh, that's nice.
That's sweet.
And a name? You got a name?
Holden twice.
Holden twice. Ben?
Mabupples, the shitting raccoon.
Mabupples the shitty raccoon?
He's shitting. He's a great raccoon.
Yeah, he poops.
Yeah.
Which
Mabupples,
is-
the shitting raccoon.
That's my theory, man. I'm sticking to it.
Takes dumps and lets all of us watch Lexi step in them.
That's kind of sweet.
That's stuff.
All right. I'll take a cue from Ben, and I'll say a dragon clit toad dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon clit toad dragon. All right.
A dragon with toes the size of Amber's clit.
It's a big dragon.
Oh my goodness! I don't think it'll be able to fly with a clit so heavy. Oh Christ!
and it pees from its toes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like
great.
that's super fitting.
That's cool, man.
Name?
Huh?
Name?
Does it need one? It's the only amber clit dragon that exists. So
Yeah,
it's
but what do we call what do we call it when we're trying to get it to come to us and when it's being bad?
Each village has their own name for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's
we
kind
never
of
got
cool.
around the naming it.
Yeah.
It's just always been a burden, So
Let's call it tiptoe. Tiptoe. I like that. Tiptoe.
That's good.
I would love to see the National Geographic documentary on this dragon. The dragon clit toad dragon. The only dragon with toes the size of Amber's clit.
It's always crying because there's no one to mate with. So
Sad, man.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is fucking. Have you guys not
Lifespan?
seen-
Lives a long time?
Huh?
Lifespan? Long lifespan?
Lives forever.
Forever.
There it is.
Forever.
Well, you don't
and
need to
ever.
mate if you
Until
live
it
forever.
dies in 3 weeks. It's 3
Oh,
weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
it dies.
Yeah, it's
Dies fast.
It's a little bit
3
shorter
weeks
than
feels like
forever.
forever because it's constantly complaining about not fucking.
Amber?
I say we get that dude that put the needles in the meat and we put him in a dog collar in the basement and we get Kissel to come in and feed him hot dogs twice a day.
So, I mean, just to recap, you're suggesting that we get a 68-year-old Vietnam veteran.
Yes.
He's in a wheelchair with an oxygen tank.
Oxygen tank. We feed him
Bit of upkeep.
flautas. Yeah,
He
we
has a
feed
hat
him.
with a bunch of buttons on it.
This is like that movie Celtic Pride.
What are we gonna call him?
We just call him by his name. What's his name again?
I
Cook.
Cook. We'll call him Cook.
Okay.
He's gonna sit in the
Kind of
back.
ironic that his
Yeah,
name's Cook.
like where it is, where he's putting like needles in the meat, and we're gonna put him in the back with the the AC unit and by the keg, and Kissel will come in every day, feed him hot dogs.
I love it. Yeah. Nice
right.
to have a job and a thing to do.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I take care of people all the time.
Lexi?
Oh, well, I think that there's already a roundtable pet since Holden is a lizard. I would just say put a collar on Holden or put him in a cage.
We should put something around his neck.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
But the roundtable pet needs to be here it would be here all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Don't do that to
Just to
us.
keep him here all the
I
time.
mean, me, I spend at least 40 hours a week in this dank basement. So that
Keep me
means-
on the roof, you fuck house. But I'll be here.
What?
All right, I like Holden. All right, let's go.
All right.
I mean, it's very easy. I mean, it's obvious. It's a bonobo monkey in a tuxedo.
All right, it's going to be Ed.
I agree. All right, that's the Roundtable of Gentlemen. Thanks so much for being here, Michael Che. Thanks so much for being here, Lexi.
She's very welcome.
Don't talk for her.
Oh, my God.
All right, Amber Nelson. Thanks for standing in for Jackie.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, Eddie.
This feels like a 4th year in a row for me, Ben Kissel.
I don't think you
it was a
nailed it.
very strong performance
This was
today.
pretty strong, man.
When did the votes? What's the voting process? Where are we at with that? When do we name the new one?
It comes around every Thanksgiving, so we can thank whoever's been best to us.
Well, it's August now, so I mean, I think those votes might start pouring in.
no, they're not going to start. We don't start counting votes till October. So if you send them now, they're just going to go to the wasteland.
All right.
Michael, I just want to say thank you for being here.
Oh man, thank you for thanking me.
Nice stuff. Kevin and Holden and Lexi. I'm Ben. That's Marcus. We love you very much. Let's say August 31st,
Yes.
we're going to do a whole big event for Cave Comedy Radio right here at the Creek in the Cave. I think it starts at 5 or 4? Or,
I mean,
just come all day. Come at
Sausage
noon.
party, yeah. And we're going to be hanging out.
I don't like this name Sausage Party.
It's too late.
Okay. All right. I have no say in it, but
Way too late.
but it's nothing but sausage.
We're going to get a bunch of sausage, and we're going to grill it up, and we're going to eat the fucking sausage.
Sounds perfect.
Oh,
Che, you'll be here?
I thought it'd be a lot of penises. I thought that's
I mean,
why
yeah,
it's all
obviously.
this.
Women don't pay attention to this.
Perfect. All right, everyone, come to the Big Penis Factory, the fun sausage party. All
What
right.
happened? Did you just break?
It doesn't matter. I break it kind of the end. This is about the break time, yeah.
Goodbye, Amber.
Bye, Amber.
Goodbye, everyone else, too.
Good night, everybody. Sleep
Good night,
tight.
America.